Almost a clean pull.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another IgnitionTube video. I'm Eli, and behind me is my 343,000 mile BMW E46 M3. Now, if you can tell by these wheels right here, they are all curbed up. They're definitely not my favorite wheel design, and they're in need of a refresh. So the homies at Apex Wheels actually sent me out a set of their new forged sprint line. These are the VS5 RSs in brushed clear, and these are 18 by 9.5 with a 22 offset. Now, a lot of you who know BMWs are like, wow, that's a pretty aggressive setup, Eli, and a lot of you who know me from previous videos on the channel know that I kind of like to push the limits when it comes to fitment. So I'm not one of those guys that's gonna run 26 degrees of camber, but I want the fitment to be nice, and I wanted something super aggressive and really concave. So we are gonna go ahead and open up the VS5 RS. Again, these are 18 by 9.5, so they're pretty aggressive, and the 22 offset makes them really aggressive. It's, I believe, the same, it's a similar spec in the rear that I have right now with a 15mm spacer on it, but in the front, it's actually 40 millimeters more aggressive than the stock wheel offset. So we're gonna have to run a little bit of front camber. You'll see in the next video, we're actually installing some coilovers on this car. What we're gonna do is take this, put it on there, and figure out how much front camber we need, which again will come in a separate video. But for now, we need to do a test fit. I did order tires for this car. They are the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s. I've heard really good things about them. I've never actually tried them myself and figured that this was a good opportunity to check them out. These are the wheels. Pound's actually never seen them. Dude, they're sick. What really blows me away about these wheels, one, is how light they are. This is, again, an 18 by 9.5. It's 18.2 pounds. For 18 by 9.5, like, that is not a small wheel, and it's 18 pounds. I can lift it up with one hand, and I'm pound.
Starter weight for bicep.
It's a good starter weight for bicep. Pound knows I'm not exactly in the best lifting shape of my life, but what really gets me on these wheels, Pound, I don't know if you can capture this, is how concave they are. I mean, my hand is here. That's the face of the wheel. There's just so much depth to these spokes, and those who've been around the channel for a while know that I'm huge on concavity of wheels. That's like the biggest thing that I nerd out on other than fitment. And then on the barrel, it's actually laser etched. I didn't realize this until right now. Can you capture that? Yeah. It's laser etched with the specs, how much weight they're weighted for, etc., or how much weight they're rated for, etc., which is a really nice touch. A lot of wheels really make you work to figure out what the specs are. So if you're buying these secondhand, which I guess, I don't know anyone who's gonna give these up. You might have a hard time finding them secondhand. Let's go ahead, we'll take that ugly stock wheel off, and we'll see how the brushed clear looks on silver. The only thing I'm worried about is that the silver on silver may be a little bit too much. Pull the chair off the old Viper Low Pro and kneel on it, just cause Viper hooks us up like that. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna need a little camber, Pound. We might need a little, although it's gonna it'll naturally camber as we go in.
Come here,
Well,
it will look fun.
All right, hang on, let me take a peek. No, that needs a little more camber. We don't need much, we'll camber it in a little bit more. It's probably got like 1.5 degrees right now. So to throw another.
Close to factory.
What's so interesting about the E46, when you run square setups on these cars, this pokes in the front a good amount. In the rear, people will actually run like a 10mm spacer with this setup. So it's just kind of funny how BMW built the car so much wider in the rear than the front, which I guess makes logical sense because it's a rear-wheel drive car. You want to make sure you have as much track width in the rear as possible. But man, these are going to be sick, Pound. We got to paint the brakes now. I don't think I'm gonna have that done in time for the Sunday motoring meet, but you're gonna be able to see these crusty old things back there. Damn, that looks sick. I think the color is gonna work. Maybe some red brakes behind it.
It is a little wider.
It's a different shade, yeah. So I think if it was an actual hyper silver, it would be really close to this, but because it's a brushed metal finish, man, dude, this is gonna look insane. Like, look at how deep that is rolling down the road. If I took out this stupid alignment tool, hang on. Look at how much clearance you would have for a big brake kit. There's a ton of brake clearance in there. I mean, if we wanna, you know what? We got our tape measure right here. From the stock caliper, there is 2 more inches out to the actual spoke itself.
Insane.
So plenty of room for bigger brakes. Obviously part of that comes down to the offset, but man, I'm excited. So we are gonna head over, it's actually very late at night on a Tuesday night. Tomorrow's Wednesday, we're gonna head over to Billy. We are gonna get the tires mounted and balanced, and then we're gonna go ahead and figure out if they fit on the car. Very exciting stuff. So huge shout out to Apex for hooking it up with these wheels. I'm very excited to see what these look like rolling down the road, like I said, and man, this car is finally not boring looking. Tires are mounted, everything is set, center cap is in, but the most satisfaction giving part. Oh yeah. So big shout out to Billy, who was featured in that slow motion sequence for mounting and balancing the tires. Now, our fitment is not dialed in, that's actually gonna come in a separate video, but I wanna show you guys what these look like on the car, and then once we get the fitment dialed in, we will give it the full ignition tube treatment of the glamour shots and stuff like that. But it like has bugs all over it, and it's not the cleanest car right now. But we're at least gonna get these on, see what they look like. I'm super stoked. I need to get some valve stem caps for these, but we got our center caps on, peeled the fun stuff off of that. That's the best part of the video. And we'll go ahead and wheel on over. It's gonna be close. We might need to add a little bit more, but that's okay.
Nah, dude, I think it'll be fine.
You think so?
Yeah, I think when you let it down, it'll be fine.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Ready?
I'm ready. Oh, well, there it goes. I like it. It might be a little high, but I think we leave it like that for now and see if it rubs before I go lower than that. All right, Pound, drop it low, girl. Oh, dude, that's mint.
Hell yeah.
That is mint. Holy balls.
Camera's almost perfect.
I might put like a 5mm spacer in the rear, maybe, but for now, dude, this is a completely different car. This is like a completely different car.
The stance on.
Holy crap. Needs to go lower in the front. Or higher in the rear. Probably lower in the front.
I'm gonna say that for another video, man.
Another video. Yeah, we're not doing that tonight. No, absolutely not. We're gonna drive it around, see how it settles too.
I don't think it'll settle much. I think it's gonna be as is.
That is sick.
Yeah.